Highlights of two very crucial matches in this show for Manchester United today, and first of which is against Krasnodar in the Champions League in the third group game. Manchester United only having 1 point in Group E so far. They need to win. And an equally important clash follows as they will be taking on Leicester City in the Premier League, and it's crucial because the next two matches for them will be Liverpool and Manchester City. Highlights from both these games coming up next. Halfway stage of the group stage of the Champions League, and things are getting a little desperate for Manchester United in Group E. Genk was a game we needed to win. Napoli was a game they needed something. This against Krasnodar, the weakest team in this group. If Manchester United do not get a win here, then things are looking very bleak for Coach Popovich in this year's Champions League. A competition that has been documented so many times over the last 3 seasons, or 2 completed and this one, and after only getting a point against Napoli and none against Genk, as we said, things looking a little desperate, and Popovich needs to get a win on the board just to settle the nerves a little bit, because anything less than a win here and their backs will be really against the wall heading into the second phase of group stage matches. Krasnodar have definitely improved beyond expectations. They are one of the 2 leading teams in this group alongside Genk. They have certainly been the surprises with Napoli and United struggling. Dean Henderson comes in for David De Gea tonight, with Sanchez playing behind the front 3 of Martial, Greenwood and Rashford. No surprises there considering the situation. Behind him tonight is Matic and Bruno Fernandes, as Paul Pogba makes the bench. Lindelof also only makes the bench, coming out for Axel Tuanzebe in the centre of defence alongside Koulibaly. Telles is on the left and Aaron Wan-Bissaka is on the right in the terms of fullback position. So here we go then. A match that Popovich needs to win, and it is a bit of crunch time now in the Champions League. As we said, not really emergency yet, but the games are starting to dwindle down, and United only have 1 point on the board at this stage, as Greenwood latches onto that really well, and Marcus Rashford is away as well. Is he going to whip it into work towards Greenwood? He is. Goal! And inevitable result. Mason Greenwood is on the form of his life at the moment. And, well, if you wanted a response tonight, Coach Popovich, you have it. And I think the decision to play the best front 3 he's got at this current time was the best thing to do. It was great reading here from Greenwood to catch the Krasnodar defence flat-footed. And Rashford's cross was perfect back into Mason Greenwood. And, of course, he doesn't miss these days. And it is an inevitable goal. Manchester United already up by 1-0. And of course, it's that man, Mason Greenwood. Take it. It's towards Nemanja Matic. Now, the defender. Hands it with Alex Telles. I think he thought about shooting, didn't he? Oh, brilliant back heel, and another brilliant one by Sanchez into Martial. Oh my goodness me! Oh, it is beautiful from Manchester United at times, isn't it? Wonderful passing. Alex Telles here, playing a back heel, and then Sanchez following it up with his own, and Martial just hitting it first time. That is a beautiful strike. And with Anthony Martial on the goal scoring form he's been on this season, that result's inevitable as well. Oh, he hit it first time. It was beautifully struck by Martial. Sanchez and Telles making the goal, and well, Gregg Popovich within 13 minutes already has a 2-0 lead, and they could be looking at another pretty ridiculous cricket-like score if this keeps up. Manchester United 2, Krasnodar 0. Put it there by Koulibaly. Rashford to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes plays to Greenwood, who plays to Martial. 3-0. And what can you say? Manchester United just running rampant Rashford to Fernandes, and then Fernandes picking out Greenwood, and Greenwood choosing not to shoot and pass to his teammate because Mason Greenwood can do it all at the moment. Another beautiful goal by Manchester United. Greenwood turning around on the touch, first time into the path of Martial. Goal, 3-0. Result inevitable. And in a night where Manchester United have to get 3 points on the board, well, they've got 3 goals within 15 or 16 minutes. And if this keeps up, this could be a very high scoring night for Manchester United's front three. Manchester United 3, Kansas 0, and I don't think that'll be the last. Over to Marcus Rashford. The Kansas defence is nowhere. Alex Telles decided to go into the box. I wonder if he was going to try and shoot. He's going with a quick throw into Matic. Bruno Fernandes. A chip towards Rashford. Saved by the keeper. Rashford's going to whip it back in towards Sanchez. No one's there, but Mason Greenwood does bring it down. No, he's just wide. Rashford did well to latch onto Bruno Fernandes' pass, and then he put it back in. The ball was bouncing everywhere. The only one alert to it, Mason Greenwood, and he almost made it 4-0. This boy just cannot stop scoring at the moment. And Teddy is definitely developing into a very good backup defender against Koulibaly and Lindelof, because you're not going to beat them on a regular night. Greenwood! Oh, he's put it in. Mason Greenwood, you do no wrong at the moment, and he puts it in again. 4-0 to Manchester United. Game over. And it's just a question of how many Mason Greenwood will score tonight. But for the season, he's just on a roll. Held up here by Martial, picking out Greenwood, and Greenwood just decides to shoot because he's just that confident at the moment. And well, United have definitely shown they are not out of this group yet. And with this front three of Greenwood, Martial and Rashford, nothing is wrong with the strike force. Malik was bought, but he's not been amongst the goals at all. And that man Mason Greenwood is now on the verge of a Champions League hat-trick. And what I believe, I know it's not his first appearance in the Champions League, is it? He obviously played against Paris. But tonight he's having a more direct impact in terms of goals. United 4, Kansas 4-0, but hold the phone! And Dean Henderson makes a save. Tellers clears it, but only as far as Petrov. Burgess turned out Koulibaly really well! 4-1. And well, that was all down to Tellers really. He played a pass, he was misplaced, and Koulibaly got turned too easily. Let's see this. It's not a struggling pass, I don't know what Tellers is trying to do there. Koulibaly, well, he should have done much better. I think you can't really lay the blame at Dean Henderson's door. Koulibaly is laying off his man, and then he can turn. It's not good defending. And Dean Henderson will rightly be furious at Koulibaly. But United still have a 3-goal cushion. Let's see if they can extend on it. And we're already in the first half. This is pretty much turning into the FA Cup match against Birmingham all over again. Another 4 goals to United, another 3 for Kansas to try and catch up. The pressure for Manchester United defending is forcing Kansas back. And that is finally the end of the first half. 2 for Greenwood and 2 for Anthony Martial. Makes it pretty much game over. But Cabello did give Kansas a ray of hope towards the end of the first half. Manchester United are looking relatively comfortable thus far. Kansas 1, Manchester United 4. No fouls to the referee. Greenwood. That one for Martial to chase, and Martial has got there, and it's 5-1, and Martial has scored his 3rd of the night. Greenwood here with a great pass, but Martial had to chase it, and he wanted it more, and he proved it, and he made advantage of it as well. 5 goals for United tonight. They are on a rampage of goals. Really, you'd call that a beautiful pass for Greenwood. Wasn't the best pass in the world, but it still made it to his teammate. He still gets the assist for it. Anthony Martial, well, he just doesn't miss the moment. 5-1 to United with 5 minutes to go. And Malik has come on for Mason Greenwood. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka has made way for Timothy Fosu-Mensah. Fernandez, Matic, top to Fosu-Mensah, Martial, Malik, and finally Malik has got a goal. Akrodokos Malik has scored for Manchester United finally, and that will be a relief on his confidence. Malik doing ever so well, great strike, and what he made his name in a Napoli shirt for. His first goal for Manchester United this season, and that will do relieve his confidence, no harm at all. Akrodokos Malik, Kansas Door 1, Manchester United 6. And that is 13 goals in 2 games for Manchester United right now. They cannot stop scoring. And there could be more. Martial. Back to Akrodokos Malik, who's going to shoot for the heck of it. He forces a corner. Malik's going to want more goals now. And finally, the faith that Popovich has showed in his new signing has paid off. And that will do wonders to his confidence. And if they should need him for Liverpool or Manchester City, that will certainly help him now. We have this one final corner. Bruno Fernandes will take it. And headed away by Classic. Picked up by Alex Telles, who's going to shoot. Comes off the head of someone. Malik is there. And that is game over. And it was game over a long time ago. Martial with the match ball for the hat-trick. Greenwood with 2. Which made it 5, and then Malik scoring right at the end there. And well, it was just another rout. And like we said, 13 goals in 2 games. And this was probably the more crucial of the 2, of course, given Gregg's form in the Champions League. But he has responded in a big way. And Manchester United, if they continue like this, they'll turn the shaky start right around. With that man there, Mason Greenwood banging in the goals. Now, I don't think there's going to be any stopping him anytime soon. Kansas Door 1, Manchester United another rout. They got 6. We start our rundown from the match day 3 matches with a huge shock at Club Brugge because they beat Paris Saint-Germain by a 1-0 in Group A, and that has shook that group up big time. Real Madrid got a 1-0 win against Galatasaray meanwhile. Olympiacos losing 2-0 to Bayern Munich. Chelsea beating Young Boys by 2 goals to 0 as well. Dinamo Zagreb falling to Manchester City by a 1-0. Atlanta continue their crazy run in the Champions League. Another win against Shakhtar Donetsk by 1-0. Juventus falling to 4-0 loss against Bayer Leverkusen in a huge shock of the night. Atletico Madrid 3, Lokomotiv Moscow 0. Meanwhile, Napoli have turned Group B right on its head because they got a 1-0 win against Genk. Inter Milan losing a 0 against Barcelona. No surprises there. Porto 3, Salvador 0. Lyon losing to Zenit by 3 0 as well. Dynamo Kiev getting a bit of a surprise win against Benfica, while Liverpool have demolished Valencia also by 3 0. And finally, Ajax losing a 0 to Lille. So let's have a look at the groups of the halfway stage then. So out of 3 games, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain and Club Brugge are all on 6 points. And the second half of Group A just got a little bit more interesting. In Group B, it's 3 out of 3 for Bayern Munich, while Chelsea go into second. Olympiacos and Young Boys trail behind, still on 1 point. Atlanta are the big surprise in Group C, while Manchester City seem to be recovering. The Shakhtar Donetsk are right within striking distance, and Zagreb looks to be falling behind. Bayer Leverkusen have a surprise lead in Group D with Juventus' 4-0 thumping loss today. Atletico Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen both on 5 points. Leverkusen have it on virtual goal difference. Moscow are in with a shout, but Juventus need to get their Champions League campaign going, or they could be the first of the early eliminated. Group A has shook up and it looks like normal service resumed now. Manchester United right back in it. In fact, all the teams on Group A are all on 4 points, and Manchester United have it on virtual goal difference after a thumping win against Krasnodar tonight. In Group F, Barcelona are 3 out of 3, no surprises there. Porto surprisingly up into second with Inter Milan in third, and despite their signings of in particular Romelu Lukaku, doesn't seem to be really working out in the Champions League for Inter at the moment. Ferrara still yet to get off the mark at all, however. Dynamo Kiev are the surprises in Group G with Lyon and Benfica on 4 points, Zenit on third. It's very tight in Group G at the moment. Group H, Liverpool 3 out of 3 for Jurgen Klopp's team. Lille go into second. Valencia and Ajax are the runners-up so far. And like we said, in many of the groups, the second half of the group stage matches are going to be very interesting. This matchup against Leicester City probably couldn't have come at a worse time for Coach Popovich, because his league form has dragged him towards the outsides of the top 4. So he needs a win here, but he also needs to focus on the fact that coming up next for Manchester United are 2 massive matches against Liverpool and Manchester City. So Gregg Popovich has got a bit of a squad rotation problem, and it shows in the squad tonight, this afternoon rather. Dean Henderson has retained his place from the Champions League match, but it is a total squad reshuffle, including appearances for Bernard and Max Taylor in the centre of defence. And what a day for Max Taylor. Just a few months ago, he was receiving chemotherapy for his battle with cancer, and he has fought that, and he has fought back into the Manchester United first team for the first time in his career. An unbelievable underdog story for Max Taylor, and now he plays at Old Trafford for the first time ever, and it's just a magnificent story. We all wish Max very much not in recovery, like it is a recovery, but I hope he stays well, of course. Aaron Henwood is in the midfield today. Malik has retained his place from the making his Champions League appearance, in which he scored his first goal for Manchester United. Scott McTominay is with Matic. We have Lingard and Daniel James on the wings with Malik up top today. And that is the end of the first half. Final touches by Brandon Williams. No goals to bring to you. Chances either side. It's been a fairly even game thus far. Good saves from Henderson and Ward are keeping the score as it is. 0-0, but Manchester United, as you can see, probably the much better team to a degree, but no goals. Traditional 70,000+ at Old Trafford as usual. Malik plays in Daniel James, and Daniel James has kept going and he's scored! And that's Daniel James' first Manchester United goal, and finally the signings are finding the back of the net. Malik in the Champions League, Daniel James in the Premier League. Great pass from Malik. He won't get the assist because the ball bounced everywhere. It came off Morgan and Maguire, and maybe a mix-up. Let's have another look at this. Malik plays a beautiful pass into the path of James. Shrugs off Morgan. And really, I think it's just a case of Daniel James wanting it more than Morgan and getting rewarded for his persistence. Daniel James makes it 1-0 to Manchester United in a game that could be crucial considering what's coming up next. For United, that could prove to be a very crucial goal. Manchester United can hold on to this lead, they'll certainly take it, considering the rotation today. United 1, Leicester 0. He ran out of space. And we played it over the top, and that's the final action of the game. Daniel James' goal, the only one of the game, to win the match for Manchester United ahead of a very crucial period of two big games. Daniel James getting it, Max Taylor playing tremendously, and job done for Manchester United and Coach Popovich. And that will go down very well, considering it's Liverpool and Manchester City up next. Job done. Good games from Max Taylor in particular, and Daniel James getting his first goal on a United shirt. United won, Leicester 0. It wasn't pretty, but they'll take it. Look at all the other scores from the Premier League today. Chelsea have beaten Aston Villa 2-0, and it's the same scoreline for Watford against Sheffield United. Mikel Arteta is having a ball at Arsenal at the moment. It's another win for Mikel Arteta by 1-0 in the Merseyside derby. Everton completed a demolition job against Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, winning by 4-0. Meanwhile, Newcastle United beating Manchester City by 1-0. West Ham United beating Southampton by 2-0. Burnley lost to Brighton by 1-0. And Jose Mourinho suffers his first drop points of the season, but he still remains unbeaten with a 0-0 draw at Crystal Palace. Norwich City, newly promoted, have lost to Wolves by 1-0. And that has shook up the Premier League tremendously, because Mikel Arteta's Arsenal team have the lead of the league on virtue of goal difference, one ahead of Tottenham Hotspur. Both the London clubs are still unbeaten. Everton, with their 4-0 win in the Merseyside derby, stays third and solidify their place in third with a 3-point lead over Manchester City and a further point clear of Chelsea. Liverpool's loss drops them to fourth. Newcastle are up to 7th with their win today, as Aston Villa go down to 8th. Still a great effort from Mer's YT13's Aston Villa team to remain in the top 10 after 7 games now. West Ham and Wolverhampton Wanderers complete the top 10. Manchester City go down outside the top 10, having a bit of a confusing season by their standards. Leicester City stay 12th despite their loss today. Southampton drop to 13th. Brighton and Hove Albion are 14th, followed by Watford and Crystal Palace. Sheffield United just outside the relegation zone on virtue of a better goal difference than Burnley, who are joined in the bottom by Norwich City and Bournemouth. And all 4 of those teams are still only on 2 points after 7 games played.